What's happening? What's happening, people? Welcome back. Of course, you know what it is. Another episode, Trash Talking with the Old Heads. I'm your host, Dante, along with my old head debate partners, Greg C. What's happening, bro?
What it do, baby? No excuses. Play like a champion. I missed the studio, man. I missed the studio.
Man, I know, hey, but it's new. Hey, it's gonna be new and improved when we get back, though. After the new year, it's gonna be new and improved studio, bro. We getting it together for y'all. Just wait and see. We're getting the production value together around here. Of course, my boy JW threw on the shades. What it do, bro?
What's happening? What's happening, fellas? What's happening? Why play like a champion when you can be a champion? You know what it is.
You mean the Gasparilla Bowl championship?
Fresh off his Gasparilla Bowl victory.
Hey, you see it. You see it.
Gasparilla Bowl
champagne and campaign over here. That's just how we do it.
Didn't they play a Division II school, G?
Yeah, fresh the Tulane. That's the equivalent of an FCS school.
Yeah, ain't that the Green Wave?
All we do is win.
And
the Gators, we back.
My question is when? WHEN.
Yesterday, last night. You saw it.
That don't count as no win, sir. That's
right.
It's just an extra practice game, basically.
Boy, that's all that is, bro. Game. Beating Tulane does not count, bro. That does not count at all, bro. And your QB still found a way to throw 2 picks. Trash, bro. Hey, but we got a big show on tap today, bro. Hey, y'all saw what it was last night, bro. The playoffs kicked off in Notre Dame Stadium. So you know we got to start there. Notre Dame holds on 27-17.
Before we get into that, let's remind our viewers that they need to subscribe to our channel, YouTube, Facebook. We need the support. We appreciate those who have already done that, and we're gonna
check us out.
Bringing that content.
Work our way up to 1,000. Hey, a little bit at a time, but hey, we want to keep bringing y'all this content. So please hit that like and subscribe button, because we gonna keep at it. We not discouraged at all.
Check us out.
No doubt. Notre Dame. We impressed? Are they contenders?
Who you starting with?
It's always you, G. I always come with you first.
You come with me first. I can't necessarily say contenders. They should have beat this team by 40. If they had to beat them by 40, I'd be like, ooh, Notre Dame is the deal. Their defense held them down pretty much outside of their first 2 drives. It was really a wash until the fourth quarter when they got some garbage time touchdowns. But again, for me, these teams should be. Notre Dame should not have been playing Indiana. The Big Ten is overrated, like I've been saying all season. Everyone knows Indiana was not one of the 12 best teams, even though they had a lofty record. But it is what it is. You play in the Power 4 conference. You're 11-1. Your only losses to a top-ranked Ohio State team that, lost to Oregon and eventually lost to Michigan, which was trash. I'm not impressed by Notre Dame. Definitely didn't think Indiana should have been in that spot. They did what everybody knew that was going to happen. Lay a dud.
You agree, Jared?
Yeah, I cannot disagree with anything Greg just said. I kept having that thought too, G. Like why aren't they just, why aren't they pulling away from this team? They started off well, but it's just like you said, they escaped with it. It's like it almost looked like they escaped with the win. But I can't take Notre Dame. I just can't take them serious. And one thing, did y'all hear them talking about the kicking situation during the game? And how they were saying that they're last in the country, the only team under 50% in field goal kicking and stuff. Yeah. It's hard to continue to go forward and advance in big games in any sport when you last and shit. And you know what I'm saying? You laugh when you the absolute worst at something. That's
Yeah.
that's kind of telling, man. So
I didn't really watch a lot of the game. I watched like the first quarter, and I had to work. But yeah, that's that. I didn't know that. I didn't hear that stat. I didn't know that stat. But that's even more telling because you're not a team that scores 40, 50 points on a
Right.
consistent basis.
Yeah, see,
You know what
that's
I'm
my
saying? Like
thing. They're offensively limited themselves. You know what I'm saying? Which to me just proves that because Indiana been putting up big points all year long.
right.
Now
oh
you
yeah,
went into a halfway decent defense and you stymied, pretty like you said, those first 2 drives, okay, they moved it. But I never felt Notre Dame was threatened in that game for real.
no, they had no
You
pressure
could tell who was
whatsoever.
going to win that game right off the bat.
After that first drive, they threw that pick, and then the very next play at the 2 yard line, Buddy
Right,
goes untouched 98 yards.
right,
I'm talking about untouched
right,
98 of them things. I'm
right.
like, oh, it was
Yeah,
smooth
yeah.
sailing
From
from then.
the
They were like,
first
oh,
quarter on, you knew who was going to win that game, bro. You know what I'm saying? It was just like, okay, Indiana, I'm with you, geez. Waste of a spot in the playoffs. Any of those SEC, and I'm not even the SEC homer. You know I'm not. But any of those SEC teams would have put up a better fight than that. Whether it be Ole
they would
Miss,
have beat
South
Notre Dame.
Carolina, Alabama, any of them would have put
They
up a
would
better
have beat
showing
Notre
than
Dame.
that.
But
You know what I'm
but
saying?
this is the sample that they need. You know
Right.
what I'm saying, to start the conversation on.
The
Okay,
next year, say
this
strength
type
of schedule really matters. Right.
this type of
Right.
stuff. If we get rid of this type of stuff, then we really gonna have a product. Like it'll shoot because this is unprecedented. You know what I'm saying? That's the one thing that you don't hear a lot of talk about. Like going into this format and trying to determine a champion is unprecedented for football.
Right.
So
College
this is
football.
this is history
For
Right.
making for
college
college
football. Say
football.
that now for college football.
Yeah, for college football, this is unprecedented. This is history making. So if the conversation, all these conversations we keep throwing in about strength of schedule, we might as well not go to our, to our championship games and this type.
Right.
You keep having these conversations, it's gonna get fixed. You
Yeah,
know
it's
what I'm
gonna lead to
saying?
changes. There's gonna be changes this off season. You know what I'm saying? It may
Right,
not
right,
be
right, right,
major. I
right.
think they'll do it in steps, but I think there will be changes.
Yeah.
I think those buys for all the conference people, I think that's going away after this year.
I hope so. I hope to buy for
Boise
football,
State,
man.
Arizona
That's
State with buys is just ridiculous. You know what
like
I'm saying?
I mentioned that during the last show. I feel strongly about that. Buys in football is crazy. Like that's
And
super crazy.
that definitely got to change, like y'all said. I don't know what they can do though about strength of schedule and making that they can include it in the rankings, but when you have a situation like what happened this year, I mean, because they told you what they wanted to do. They wanted to put Alabama in. They just couldn't
They couldn't.
with the
Right.
power, with the way that game unfolded with SMU. You know what I'm saying? It's just like if you're on the bubble, you know what I'm saying? That's why you cannot be on the bubble. And that,
Problem
and to me,
was they had SMU ahead of Bama going into that game. That's where the mistake was made. Why were they ahead of them going into the game? If you thought that
because
Bama was a better team based on strength of schedule, SMU should not have been ahead of them going into that game. Then you don't
But
have
they
it was
put
a
more. They
9-3
put
record versus an 11-1 record. Had it been
right,
a
right.
but
10-2
that's what I'm
record
saying.
Plus
versus an 11-1 record, it would have
Oh,
been a different
but
story.
that's what that's saying is then
plus
strength of
Bama's
schedule
losses.
doesn't matter.
Bama had those bad losses. Plus Bama's bad losses.
Yeah.
Right.
That's where the strength
So,
of record came into play. So I mean, I think on a technicality they got it right, but did they really get the best 12 teams? And it's going to happen that way if damn, I don't even know how they can fix it because again, I would be if I was an SMU fan and we had been we had been the best ACC team pretty much the entire year, the most consistent one, even though we hadn't really played nobody. I would be upset if Bama got in over us and we
right,
lost
because
the
we
only
had to
other
go
loss
play a
we got was
championship game.
it
Right.
was in the
Right.
championship game. So that
Right.
again, that I can't. I mean, as a Bama fan, I hated that it happened, but I have been saying it all year. You lose 3 losses, you put yourself in that predicament.
Yeah, you
You know
do.
what I'm
You
saying?
do.
But
I agree.
at the same time, SMU and Indiana are the 2 teams with suspect strength of records, suspect strength of schedule that, you know what I'm saying, they got to take a look at and see how they can utilize that
SMU needs a better showing
than
Indiana had last night. Because they don't
picked
get that. Them,
Yeah.
Boise State, if all these teams get run off the field, it's going to be an outcry like, see.
That's what needed to happen to kind of make them shift the rank, you know what I'm saying, do a more comprehensive job with the rankings week to week, and then not, you know what I'm saying, like you said, you know, not having those buys. But
right.
you know.
All right, well, let's move on to the game. That starts at, I think it's 11 o'clock our time, 11 o'clock Central. SMU, Penn State.
About to kick off.
Yeah, it's coming up. We ain't got much time.
I picked the upset, man, because just the fighting James Franklin. I always tend to, when I say, "Oh, they finna turn it around," they always seem to find a way to not show up.
How big is this game for them? Really, it's a home game.
It's a big game.
They're the better team in a home.
This is a big. It's the playoffs, dude. What you talking about? How is this not a big game?
It's SMU, bro.
If they fan base come in there with that mentality, and the team, I don't think the team gonna come in there with that mentality. But if we saw SMU as a dangerous team, even though they strength of schedule don't look too hot. You know what I'm saying? I just like the way that they played and the way that they fought back in that Clemson game. They actually controlled the game. We hadn't given
Clemson any props all year. So how big was it really?
You got me there. You got me there. You got me there.
I was about to say, I remember the conversation we had about the ACC and Clemson.
You got me there. You got me there. You got me there. I'm gonna say this though. I picked SMU to win. I kind of want Penn State to drag them so that we can, you know what I'm saying, like what we just talked about, so that we can have a little bit more, I guess, significance to strength of schedule. You know what I'm saying? And these teams that don't play nobody with these one-loss records that are playing in so-called power conferences,
right?
You know, they can have a better, or try to at least have the onus to have a little bit more.
Play a schedule outside of your conference schedule. At least go play somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
1 or 2 games against some real teams outside your conference, especially if your conference is weak. I agree. Jerry, I know you and I picked Penn State. You still comfortable?
I'm not. I'm gonna tell you what. I put it like this. I picked Penn State, but I've been thinking about. I would like to see SMU win, because if SMU wins, that's probably it for Penn State's coach. That's probably it. Franklin's probably gone.
No.
You don't think so? You don't think this game get it done?
No, that boy made it to the playoffs in the first year of the playoffs.
First year of playoffs, yeah. First year 12-team playoffs.
I told y'all last year, this 12 team is going to save some of these coaches' jobs, because it's going to make your season look more successful just by getting in.
Dante, you got to couch that for teams that don't normally compete for titles.
Right. That's what I'm saying. Like Penn State. Right. Even though they think they should, I think getting in this year saves his job, even if he loses.
I just enjoy watching SMU play in the championship game, or in the conference game. I really enjoy watching them play, as far as the comeback. But this will be a great story for them. They won like 9 or 10 straight road games, and this will be the 11th. If it's 10, that'll be a great story.
Yeah,
so I would like to see
all
them,
on that
just
little
because
QB.
I like the way they play in the second half of the conference game.
Yeah, that QB got to start off hot. He can't start off slow like he did versus Clemson. He got to find his rhythm early.
Yeah, Jennings, Kevin Jennings was very impressive. I was really impressed with the way that he attacks
second half
at all the levels, all of them. Like, he can throw it deep, he can throw intermediate, he can take out and hit you with the run. You know what I'm saying? So he, pretty good quarterback, man. I like the way he competed in that game, man. He started out, he started out rough. That tells you something, the fight that he had in him. So I kind of like that dude. I like him.
Yeah, I want to see if Jake, like I say, the size thing, because Clemson big boyed him a little bit early on. I want to see if Penn State does the same thing. I think that I think that's ultimately going to be their downfall. I think they're too small to beat Penn State. I just do. Up front, I don't think they're going to have enough to win the game. Because Penn State, like I said, their offense, I'm not impressed with it the times I've seen them. So I don't think if SMU can somehow contain them offensively, because really the only real weapon they have is the big tight end. I forget his name, but the big boy they have at tight end. If they can kind of control him, I think they can stay in the game. But I still got Penn State. I say James Franklin gets this one done, I believe.
The Fighting James Franklins.
Let's move to the next one. You know, we got Texas, Clemson. G?
Texas been my boys all year.
Well, let's start with you then. They are your boys. You have, we'll give you your prop. You've been picking them all year. But what you gonna do if they go in here and lay Quinn?
Ain't no props.
Laying eggs.
Ain't no props. Every time we told them they would lose.
What if Quinn
every time we told them they would lose, they lost. They didn't win one big game all year.
Right, the one big game. They lost it twice.
Well, name me the big game that they played and won.
With that said, I don't consider Clemson a big game team. That whack ass, the whack ass ACC, very limited competition over there. Yeah, they got the dub, for the conference. I get it. Texas, I got Texas winning this, holding them down defensively for sure. And Ewers needs to have a good game. He needs to have a good game. He hadn't had a good game in a while. He needs to have a good game right here. So I feel like he gets back on track, and they beat Clemson easily.
Yeah, easily. Okay. G, you agree? Easy dub?
I'm not gonna say an easy dub. K Klubnik has 33 touchdowns. Quinn Ewers have 25. Now I know Quinn, you missed a couple games there in the middle part of the season, but I think that Clemson's defense is not a pushover. They have some playmakers, Phil Maffa, Williams, the wide receiver, 10 touchdowns on the season. I think Texas has more weapons, but I think it's going to be a close game toward the third quarter, going into the fourth. I think Texas will pull out and win by a touchdown. So it's not going to be a beat down, but it's, what I'm saying, Texas will probably have the control of the game from the fourth quarter on.
Yeah, I picked Texas, so I think it's going to be a tight game. Now, when you look at the defensive yards allowed per game, Clemson's at like 295.4, Texas 310.2. So, I think the defenses will control this game. Ewers, I'm just not impressed. I already told you, Carson Beck light. he a little bit worse than Carson Beck to me. So, you know what I think about Beck. So, it's going to be up to him not to give this game away, basically. You know what I'm saying? I think they have the better team. If he plays clean football, they should beat Clemson. If he does not, I can see an upset here. But I think they'll do enough defensively to hold Clemson down and win this game. But I'm not with you, Jerry. It will not be a blowout.
ESPN Analytics has them at Texas at 80.5% win rate and 19.5 for the Clemson Paw.
We all agree that Texas should win the game, but that don't mean they're going to win it by 21 points.
Yeah. That's why they play the game, sir.
Exactly.
I like the
Alabama versus Vanderbilt in Oklahoma. I'm pretty sure was 90-something% win probability.
Yeah, but Alabama
play the game.
Alabama defense sucked though.
So we'll see. I think we all got Texas. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, we maybe in different manners, but we all think the Longhorns should pull this game out. Like I said, unless Quinn Ewers go out there and lay an egg, they should win this game. You know what I'm saying?
If he go out there and lay an egg, they better get ready for that Manning boy.
Exactly. Oh yeah, it's over for Ewers anyway. It's all Arch next year anyway.
Manning gonna end up leaving.
No, he ain't going nowhere. He waited his turn.
Ewers better come on up out of there or transfer.
Yeah, because Ewers got to leave anyway. He going on to the NFL after this year, so it'll be all Arch Manning next year. But we'll see if the Longhorns can pull it out. And the last one of the day, the SEC Tennessee Volunteers head to the Big Ten. Ohio State.
SEC.
And the SEC pull it out, Greg?
No.
Is that no chance or little chance, no chance?
Not with Nico being as erratic as he's been all season. I know that's your boy Jerry. You've been on
Jerry favorite QB.
Alava. They think they get them Hawaiian boys and think they got them another two attack of a Lord when they end up getting a DJ ukulele.
Right.
Can we finish this show without any goddamn Alabama references? Other than
hell no,
the Vanderbilt game.
Hell no, that don't happen in this society. We are still the standard of college football. Everybody wants to be where we was at.
That's all right.
I'm gonna move on. Yeah, who don't want, man? Please stop it.
Standard. I'm talking about your standard comment. Bama ain't no goddamn standard. Let's go, man. Finish what you gonna say.
Stop it, bro. Stop it. Stop with the Alabama hate. But yeah, I'm not. Nico is just, when I watch him play, he's just erratic. You know, some games he can hit the deep ball, but more often than not, he can't. No, not on a consistent basis when you got wide open receivers. You know, he numbers be showing impressive, but that's because he hit slant routes sometimes and take it to the house. I mean, Ohio State is good at stopping the run. If they stop Sampson, they're gonna control the game and they're gonna beat the hell out of Tennessee.
Yeah, I'm looking at it before you go, Jerry. Just offensive yards per game. Tennessee 480, Ohio State 490. Passing yards per game 310, 320. Rushing yards per game 170, 169. Points per game 39.1, 40.3. Defensive yards allowed per game 305, 300. Man, this game, passing yards allowed 185, 190. Rushing yards allowed 120, 110. Points allowed 18.8, 17.9.
Ranking 8,
statistically
9.
wise, yeah, they damn near the same team. Statistically.
It's
so, does Tennessee's tougher competition actually make them better in your eyes, Jerry?
I'm going with Tennessee. I'm gonna go with the toughness of the SEC over Ohio State. And just like I was just talking about with Penn State, run the damn coach up out of town. It's over with for him. I think this is it. This is gonna do it. Tennessee, get him up out of there.
Now he could.
Y'all think
now, if he loses, he could have a problem.
But see, again, he's on a program that expects to compete for championships.
Yeah, he could have a problem. Yeah, if he loses, he got a problem.
He lose today?
Yeah, he got a problem.
He
lost to Michigan 4 or 5 times in a row.
I was just about to mention it.
Yeah, he would
losing to Michigan this year was crazy. He would
be squarely on the hot seat. I can't say that they'll pull the trigger though.
Well, with that being said, they win this
because here's the deal with in this era of college football, which is something that we definitely need to talk about, the NIL era. You see what happens. Teams come a pillaging. You know what I'm saying? Now, Ohio State money long, but when you lose a coach where players, feel like they have, become attached or got to the program because of the coach, you gonna lose some players in that portal.
Unless you upgrade.
To who?
You can upgrade from Ryan Day. No, I'm saying you can upgrade from Ryan Day. You can go find
who out there?
You can go find a name.
Who out there?
I don't know, but you telling me you can't find a name bigger than Ryan Day? Come on,
Prime.
They're old.
Maybe
their old coach.
Really, the only name out there that's just gonna hold the weight where everybody be like, "Hold on."
Hey, that's a good thought you just had, Jerry. Repeat that, bro.
Their old coach who can't keep his hands out the honey jar of other women's panties.
Urban Meyer is over with for him, man. I don't think that
He
was a
on
lot.
TV. You think he on TV? He on TV waiting for the next job. What do you think he doing?
Urban Meyer don't have that same pull, man. His brand has been besmirched. He did it to himself. I don't think his brand is as strong as it once was.
I think he be
winning unbesmirches a whole lot of stuff.
I think if Tennessee put that I was about to say if Tennessee put that thing on if Tennessee pause. If Tennessee beats them soundly, I mean, I ain't talking about just a blowout, but just never looked like they were gonna lose. I think he's out of there, and I think their first call will probably be to Urban Meyer to check his temperature on coming to coach. Because, like you said, who else's name is out there? He got a winning track record there. He won big games there. Got him a title there. I think he could. Yeah, I think he'd be their first call.
And then Bill Belichick will be sick.
Well, I don't know. You know, Bill got that legacy thing.
I know, but I'm saying Ohio State versus North Carolina, no. Well, but yeah, I agree with you, though, man. If he loses this game, it's over for him. I think it's really over for him if he loses. And if he loses this game by 7 or more points, something like you said, it's 4 losses in a row to Michigan.
You didn't pick a team, though, Dante.
Oh, I thought we picked it last week. I picked Ohio State last week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we did it last week. I'm not coming off. I think he will win this game, man. I'm with you, G. I don't trust the QB of Tennessee, and I don't trust their O-line to hold up versus Ohio State. So I think they do pull it out and win this game. Ryan Day gets to fight another week, and it's over for Tennessee. So we'll see. I think that's the night game. I think that was 7:30 our time. I want to say 7 or 7:30.
7 p.m.
Yeah, 7 p.m.
7 Central.
Yeah.
We got a little ways on that one. So let's switch gears. You know, it's not only college football today. The NFL say we take over every day around this time of year. We take it all over. It's my Texans at the Chiefs.
We must protect this pick.
What you say? What say you, G? My boys got a shot.
So you asked in the meet rundown meeting today, what would a win Texas win?
Oh yeah, I was coming with that. I just wanted to ask you, do you even think they have a shot?
Do they have a shot? Yeah, they got a shot.
Oh, okay. All right. I just wanted to see what y'all boys, you know what I'm saying?
Pat Mahomes is, you know what I'm saying, maybe limited. So they may even go with Carson Wentz. So he's still
boy, he practiced all week. He playing.
Yeah,
he practiced all week.
But yeah, he may be limited. He still may be limited.
Ain't no damn limited.
They say fine.
They say ain't nothing wrong with it.
Okay. It's different when you having to go through contact and you having to plant that foot. You know what I'm saying?
Well, he came out and said
himself that just in a week.
He came out and said himself that that this sprain wasn't like the one
he had in the playoffs that year. So he is fine. So what would a Texans win mean? G?
It means nothing. It proves nothing.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, the Chiefs have been playing to the level of their competition. The only thing it means is that they made one more play than the Carolina Panthers.
I hate that. I hate that saying for the Chiefs this year. People, well, you know, I don't like to use the word hate, but
they are. They're playing to the level of their competition.
That's not what I see.
They're barely winning. In some
they're playing to the level. They're playing to their level of talent, but they know how to win the game.
And they have this season, they've truly been a defensive-led team. Because of all the other stuff going on with their offense.
They playing down. No, maybe they're playing to their level, but they just know how to win close games.
You can look at it that way, but in reality, in the totality of the season, with the teams that they have played and the teams that they have barely beaten and teams that they've skated by, they are playing to the level of the competition.
No,
but they play close with everybody almost. So
they're playing to the level. That's what playing to the level of your competition means.
Maybe that's just their level, bro.
They don't. They've had major injuries in the right places. Pacheco being out all season was big for them.
Pacheco back.
Marquise Brown back
Kelsey is finally starting to show his age. He started last year actually, but he's really showing his age this year. They still haven't gotten their receiving core.
Teams have figured out how to defend Kelsey.
Brown is back this week, so that's a step up for him.
Teams have figured out how to defend Kelsey.
Yeah, because he's old.
I mean, you can say that. You know, he's getting older.
Yeah.
He's old. Period.
Yeah, he's old in football years.
But you have to account for him. You have to account for him. So that's going to open up.
They don't account for him with two men,
else.
but they don't account for him with two men anymore. If you watch him play, they don't double him anymore.
Right.
The thing about it is that this win with the Texans, if they win, which I think the Chiefs are going to win this game. I'm not saying that the Chiefs are going, but you ask the question, what does it prove? It proves nothing. It proves what this win is it going to outdo, or is it going to change the perception of what you've seen on tape from the Texans all season? That's the question.
Texans
no, it doesn't.
Texans prove they're a contender. Point blank.
A contender for what?
Point blank. Like I told y'all, for the Super Bowl.
Man,
they win. They going back, and my eye got 5 on if they win. They back in, baby. They win this game. They back in the 5.
Destined for a wild card exit. That's what it proves.
They back in the 5.
He brought it back full circle, dog. He went to the Super Bowl.
I knew where he was going with it. Because why ask it? They are 9-5. They are not playing
10-5 and back in the 5.
They ain't finna beat the Chiefs. It's over.
They're going to win this game.
If they played Carson Wentz, the Chiefs would still win.
Texans win. Jerry, your thoughts, bro. Greg on that shit.
So this is what I want to say about the Texans. I'm kind of side with G. I want to side with G, but I can't go 100% on G with stuff. If they won this game, I would like to think that C.J. Stroud had a big game. So the thing it would prove for me is that C.J. is the same dude we witnessed last season, because we've been looking for C.J.
One game.
We've been
one
looking,
game.
Well,
one big game.
One big
Call
game.
it what it is. One big game.
Late in the season against a team that that's been forging forward.
Right. Still could lose the number 1 seed, which they still need to wrap up.
Getting dubs with championship experience, winning all these close games. That's what I think. I think it would mean that CJ is the quarterback we saw last, because we've been looking for him ever since they beat the Bills. We've been trying to figure out what's going on with CJ. Now, he had a lot of issues with injuries, just like our Niners. Lost his receivers. The running back got hurt at one point, so he's had to try to figure it out. So if they're healthy and they can get this game against the Chiefs, I think it'll prove that CJ still has a good command of his game, and they will look good going forward. Now, if they can get some momentum, they got big games. You know what I'm saying? The rest of their schedule, I think they got the Chiefs, then they got the Ravens. So, it would be huge if they got the Bills, a Chiefs win, and then a Ravens win on their resume. That would be
got
huge.
To call them a contender.
That would be huge if they can pull that off. I don't see them. That said, I don't see them winning this game.
They will win this game. I'm telling you, they're going to win this game.
I can't go with Nico on this one.
I'm going with them because I think I think they do have to prove something in this game. One, because the Chiefs still have something to play for. It would be different if the Chiefs had everything sold up and really didn't have.
Yeah, they trying to get home field.
They haven't locked up the home field yet, and they have this game and then another game, I think Wednesday, which could be a problem for them against the Steelers. So I think they have to win. So they will be trying. So we'll know what the Texans are after this game. You know what I'm saying? We will know one way or the other.
I think didn't the linebacker get suspended? He's out of this game, right?
Yeah.
So he's not back. Yeah, they're not gonna win. They're not gonna win without this. They're not gonna win without him. That's not gonna happen.
We'll see. Texans, I believe in you. Get it done.
All right, Chris Broussard.
Get it done. Exactly. Exactly. Nah, to my boy, the only one I really watch him for real. All right, the next game.
That's for sure.
Steelers, Ravens. Man,
Woo,
I'm gonna get to the second question first, man. Jerry, is this a must win for Lamar?
This is a must. Got to have it. Need it. He better want it.
Division on the
pull
line.
it off. Listen, first of all, he got a terrible record against the Steelers. Terrible record against the Steelers.
I want to say 1-4, I believe.
That's what his record is. 1-4 against this team. If they don't get this one, especially what we saw with the Steelers last week without having their lead receiver, if he can't lead the Ravens to a win, then I don't expect him. I think we'll be looking at the same cat going into the playoffs that we've been watching year in and year out lose in the playoffs. That's what it'll mean to me. It'll mean this team, even with the addition of Henry, just can't get it done because Lamar Jackson is still just can't win big games.
Right.
So it's gonna be interesting to see. They better win this game. They better with the Steelers being limited. They better win this game. He better get it done.
Before you go, G, just to underscore your point, Jerry, these are his stats versus the Steelers, the last 5. 19 for 28, 161 yards, 13 for 28, 208 yards. That's 46% completions. 23 for 37, 253, 22 of 38 for 236, 16 of 33 the last game, 207 yards. So that combines for 57% completions, average 153.9 yards per game.
That's ass.
That's terrible.
That's ass.
G, is it a must win?
Some teams just have your number. Some teams just have your number. So I'm going to reverse the question. If he does win, beat the Steelers, then what does it mean?
Who you asking?
I'm asking both of y'all since the question was what does it mean if he lose? So what does it mean if he wins?
To me, he just has some friends this year that he has to break. Against
a
tough team who plays you defensively tough, can you overcome it with your arm? At this point, because that's what it's going to take to beat this team. They don't.
That's what I was going to say. How do they win? If they win, what type of win was it?
Right?
Was it on his arm? Did Derrick Henry just put the game? You know what I'm saying? It depends on.
Does it matter?
It matters. It matters because if he doesn't have the MVP impact on this game, then what are you really doing? He needs to have a good game, a decent game.
So
lead this team
past the Steelers. If they do win, and they let's say they do win with him throwing the ball or making plays in the passing game, does it change anything for you?
Yeah, it shows some evolution. You know what I'm saying? In his game. Like a team that knows you and knows. Let me finish answering. A team that knows you, knows how to play you, doesn't allow you to throw the ball, but you end up being able to do it anyway. You adjust to what they're doing and show that you can throw the ball even when they know you have to throw it. Yeah, that means something in this man's development. He's just like anybody else. You have to show you can overcome it at some point. I mean, why is that so hard? Why is that unfair? Everybody act like you're talking unfair about him when you say stuff. I'm not saying you. I'm just saying he's a quarterback. At some point,
what I'm asking is, I'm asking you guys, and I'm not, have my own, premonitions about what y'all, what you're gonna say. I'm asking the question: what does it mean for you if he wins? Does it change?
It means he's evolving as a passer.
We will monitor the tweets and the Facebook posts going forward when they do win, because they will win this game. Make no mistake about it. Whether it be through the legs, arm, or Derrick Henry.
You already set
matter.
it up. If he have an ass game throwing the ball,
You know what I'm saying?
170 yards. Oh,
Yeah,
look
If
at
he have
Lamar.
He hedging like a motherfucker on this. Come
how's
on, man.
that hedging?
Great
It
hedge.
doesn't matter how they
Great
win.
hedge.
They must win the game. It doesn't matter how.
Let's say he 11 for 35 for 112 yards and 2 picks, but they find a way.
They won't win. They won't win. They won't win 11 and 35.
They held them to 6 field goals the first time and should have won. They can win that way.
But he wasn't no 11 for 35.
Yeah, but they can win that ugly game against the Steelers without George Pickens.
Yes, they can.
Yes, they can.
The game is always an ugly game between the two.
But I'm saying he can have
but
a
11 for 35 ain't ugly.
and they still win the game.
Atrocious.
He can have a
for
shit
35
game
is
throwing the ball and they win the
come
game.
with a better number when you're trying to make these scenarios.
No.
11 for 35
well, you get my damn point. He can have a shit game throwing the ball.
No, I don't because you just said 11 for 35.
16 for 33 for 100 yards and 2. Okay,
that's still
better?
Atrocious. You can't win a game for 100 yards.
16 for 33 instead of 11 for 33.
Okay, if he had a Jalen Hurts game and they won it when they won the last with who was it they beat and they had 102 yards. And Derrick Henry rushed for 200 yards.
I won't be any more confident in his ability in the playoffs.
Because the ultimate goal is to win. Because you win like that sometimes.
Dante can't give you.
When the Chiefs beat the Steelers when the Chiefs beat the Ravens in the playoffs last year, was Patrick Mahomes' numbers impressive? Did they just have an
amateur? Now you got to get into past history versus Lamar's history.
Why are we talking about Patrick Mahomes? I'm sorry.
Right.
Why?
Because we compared him to other quarterbacks.
Dante cannot give you a better scenario of passing game because he hadn't given you anything better than that. We just gave you the numbers for all 5 games that they've played, and they've been in the range of what Dante just quoted to you. So why would we believe he would have a 22 for 28 game when he ain't never done that shit against this team?
I didn't say that, but going the
you asked for better numbers,
11
16 for 33.
What game was he 11 for 35? Dante, read the numbers again. What game was he 11 for 35?
19 for 28, 13 for 28.
That ain't 11 for fucking 35.
Damn,
that's
16 for 33.
Incompletions.
Damn, he was 46% passing the damn ball. You get my damn point. You coming with a bullshit ass argument.
I don't get your point when you come all the way down from 11 for 35. You making the damn point.
And I said 11 for 33. So okay, he was 16 for 33. Okay.
So Greg, who you got winning the game?
I just told you the Ravens are gonna win the game.
Dante, who you got winning the game?
Ravens, because of no George Pickens.
All right, there we have it.
No George Pickens, Ravens win the game. Without being able to throw those deep balls to Pickens, the Steelers' offense is just too damn. I've been telling y'all, they don't. Everybody think the Steelers run the ball well. They don't. They run it a lot because they try to control the game with their defense, but they don't run it well. You know what I'm saying? So, and I think that's going to be the issue. And without being able to throw those moon balls up to Pickens, I don't think they'll be able to score enough points. I think it will be close because, like I say, Lamar finds a way to keep these games close.
What time is this game at 3:30?
Yeah, I'm going Steelers.
Hell no, Jay.
I'm going Steelers without Pickens. They learned what they need to do in order to get a win last week. I think they get it done. They just a nightmare matchup for LJ. So I think the system stays the same defensively. Limit them running, put it on this dude's arm, and lock him up like we've done every time we face him.
Them without Pickens, boy. Yeah, you think you've seen some damn tweets.
I mean, it was a field goal game last time, so all he needs is, they may only need one touchdown and a bunch of field goals. You know what I'm saying? So the game, they make the game ugly and limit the running. That's the game plan. They try to make Lamar the passer that he's not, and they win in that fashion. So I don't see anything changing in that manner.
Well, I can't wait to see this one. I think that one's going on at the same time as one of the college games, I want to say. So I had to fire up both TVs, bring another TV in there because I'm gonna have to have both of them on. But let's get to this money. Cash talk, baby. Let's get to it for this week. Not going to spend a lot of time, but you already know the first pick. I already told you. Texans plus 3.5 versus the Chiefs. Give it to me. I'm going to take that 3.5.
Here you go again with these heart picks.
This head right here, plus 3, and the Texans have one of the best passing defenses in it. The Chiefs will not score a lot of points in this game. I'm telling you right now. They will not score a lot of points in this game.
Shit, they ain't done it all year.
That's what I'm saying. Give me the 3.5 in the Texans all day long. Give me the Eagles -3 versus the Commanders. Commanders, I like them, but the run defense is shit. Without your boy Allen in the middle, I expect Saquon to have a big day. Eagles -3 versus the Commanders. And the last one, I went off the board this time. I'm going with an over-under on this last one this week. Vikings, Seahawks. Give me the over 42 on that one.
Ooh.
I think that game gets, because one, I like it late in the season where both teams have to win. You know what I'm saying? And both of them are fighting for something. So I think they'll both execute offensively. Give me the over 42.
Gino
Vikings.
coming off an injury.
Yeah, I know, but I'm taking that though, because they got to get it done. Normally, when professional players who got a little pride about themselves have to win, they both gonna execute. I think both offenses will execute. It's gonna be a high scoring game, I think. So Texans plus 3.5, Eagles -3, Vikings, Seahawks over that 42.
Pay attention.
Gonna be a winning week. 3-0. I feel it. But we aren't spending a lot of time today because we got some NBA discussion to get to today as well. NBA Cup. Bucks win it, beat the Thunder. Pretty impressive victory by the Bucks. I'll give them that.
My Bucks.
But are we impressed with them overall?
Man, if you don't get the hell on with that, my Bucks crap.
My Bucks. Get the hell out of here.
They ain't not my Bucks. I ain't been big
on
you
impressed with the Bucks.
I wasn't with them when they was 2-8.
Every last one, every one
I
of
wasn't
us
with the Bucks when they was 2-8.
Bucks were going to be in the top 4.
In the top 4.
I wasn't with the Bucks 2-8. Don't nobody want to answer the question. Was I with the Bucks when they were 2-8? When Dante been killing them all year?
But we still all said they were gonna be there.
I don't remember you saying that. I don't remember you saying that, Dante.
Okay, go back and pull when we did the first one. When we named our teams, I named the Bucks in the East.
And you had a problem. You had a problem with us naming the Bucks, the Sixers, and
no, that's not. See, now you off your rocker. You off your rocker. I had a problem with the only thing I had a problem with the job that you just said out your mouth is the Sixers.
No, we had I said the Cavs. You
Sixers
laughed.
And the Knicks. You had a problem with all of them.
And when I said the Cavs, he laughed at my.
I give you that. I might have chuckled at the Cavs. I might have chuckled at them. I still chuckle at them.
Yeah, chuckle. They're gonna chuckle all the way to first place.
The Knicks is too. The Knicks coming for number 2.
Okay. All right. Ooh, I love it.
That's what y'all getting beat up by the damn Bulls.
Certain teams losing to the Hawks.
So are we impressed with the Bucks victory? That's the question, right? That's the question. No, because the cup don't mean shit to nobody right now. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not really impressed with I'm more impressed with the wins leading up to the cup, because the Bucks were in a pretty big hole, and for them to turn it around, turn their season around and jump all the way up to
Nets and the Pistons and the.
Well, I don't care. I don't care who they beat, because they couldn't beat nobody at the beginning of the year. So I don't care who they beat. But for them to climb out of the hole, the schedule is what it is. They climbed up out of a deep hole. They climbed all the way up from last place all the way up to 5th place in the East. And you got the 2 superstars on the team that are finally finding a niche. I've liked what I've been hearing from Giannis, and I love what I've been hearing from Dame. If you listen to them talk, some of the stuff that I've said ever since last year about Giannis trying to make sure it's his team, yada, 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 I'm losing power, boys. I don't know why when I'm plugged in. Man, why am I losing power? But anyway, I like what they're saying. They're learning how to play together. They're getting healthier with Middleton. They're not playing Middleton a lot. They're playing them. They're sitting them. So, yeah, I'm impressed with the journey up to the cup. But until the cup means something to until everybody, which that probably won't even be in our lifetime, probably with the cup. But that's what I'm more impressed with, how they've turned their season around.
G, do it mean anything to you?
Yeah, the Bucks winning the cup. I think that a lot of teams would have wanted to win $1 million, $500,000. A lot of teams that were in contention, all of the teams that were in contention to win it, definitely wanted to win it. So this the perception that the cup doesn't mean anything. It may not mean anything to NBA fans, but it means something to the players. So you got to at least you have to at least give that some credence. Now, we've discussed in the past like some things, some changes we'd like to see with the cup. I think it's a viable something new that the league can probably build on. But just to say that it don't mean anything when these players competing, I think with the games that I saw, they played pretty well in, especially in the knockout rounds and in the semifinals and the finals.
Yeah.
The Bucks were impressive in the finals against a young upstart Thunder team.
The championship game was the letdown.
I was just about to say, what
thing.
happened to the Thunder, man? That was embarrassing.
I'm just saying that that's sometimes you lay a dud. It's not that you don't want to win. That's crazy to say that the players didn't want to win. The Thunder didn't want to win.
Who said that? Jerry?
No, I mean, if you are intimating that,
I'm just saying it was a letdown for me. I thought they would play better. Not that I don't think they were trying. I just didn't think they would lay an egg in that game.
Yeah, because we all picked OKC to win.
I definitely picked OKC to win. That's why it's impressive to me. I was impressed with them for their not only the win, but the way that they've turned their season around. Starting out 2-8, right now 14-12. That means they're on a 12-4. Since their 2-8 start, they've been 12-4. Just got
one of the best records in the league.
Yeah, just got beasted by Cleveland, but again, you know what I'm saying? I like the way that they're playing. I said, when we had
Damian Lillard didn't play.
I said in a couple of weeks ago that I felt that the Bucks have a roster problem, and in the end, if Chris Middleton doesn't get right, I think they will still have a roster problem. But what they found in that Jackson kid from UConn, a defensive stopper, being able to use Taurean Prince.
Ooh, they calling him a stopper.
Not a stopper, but somebody that can defend.
He's athletic, right?
Right. He can defend on the wing. I seen him play when he played. He locked up Brandon Miller. It was early in the season. One year Alabama played UConn, and he locked up Brandon Miller. I mean, had him shook. And we see what B Miller is. You see what he is. But I ain't saying he Paul George or nothing right now at this stage. But he's an up and coming player. And I was impressed the way that he, just watching that game. And I'm impressed the way to see him, them using him, even though he can't shoot a lick. Right. And then the dude they got, what's his name? Green.
The
white boy shooter.
The shooter
with that funky shot. He can shoot that thing. You know what I'm saying? And then of course we all AJ Green. We all knew Gary Trent can shoot. And like I said, with Chris Middleton coming back, it moves Bobby Portis in the role that he's destined to play. That fourth option that coming off the bench scorer that, that can change the game, intensify the crowd. And, I think, like I said, with Middleton coming back, depends on his health. If he can stay healthy, they'll be a true contender for the East.
All right. We'll see, man. Like I say, I'm still about the same on the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they're a real contender. I don't think they can win it all. I just don't. I don't think they can come out of the East. I like Giannis. I think Giannis is having an MVP caliber season, though. He'd probably be my front runner right now, just the way he's played. Like I said, I like the fact. I hope Wemby takes a page from this. Stop shooting all them damn threes. I think he shot, I don't know how many he shot last night, but he had only shot like 17 for the year, totally.
Yeah, he stopped
That's
shooting.
the plan Wemby needs to get on for a while. You know what I'm saying? Like, stop shooting all the damn threes. You know what I'm saying? I like Giannis' game better when he's not shooting the threes. You know what I'm saying?
Let me add this. You said that you like the way they started playing, but you don't see them as a real championship contender.
No.
I've been with the Bucks all year, but I'm gonna have to agree with you on that. But I'm gonna tell you. Let me tell you why. 2 reasons. I've been watching some of these games, and I'm finally starting to see. Even though they've turned the season around, they've been winning, but I see some things in Doc's coaching that I just don't understand. Also, with Dame sitting out, I didn't pay attention to when he sat out early in the season, but he sat out this game with a calf injury against Cleveland. They don't have a backup point guard. They don't have a backup point guard on the roster. They don't have one.
Right.
That's terrible. That's terrible for this type of team. So what you're doing is, Giannis becomes your backup point guard.
Right. I was just about to say that. I mean, that's Giannis's role. That's still the way he plays the game.
Now that's okay, but you're gonna need somebody to spell Dame. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna be raising both of their minutes when the further you go into the playoffs. Now they're superstars and they can handle it, but you're gonna need a backup point guard. Most NBA teams carry at least 2, but most of them carry 3 point guards on their roster. We saw what happened to Phoenix trying to go without a point guard for the last few years, and that's been just one of the dumbest decisions. And I think that's going to come bite them in the ass if they don't make some moves to try to get somebody back there, because you're gonna need somebody to defend your point guard on the other end. That's what I'm saying. It's a point guard driven league, so to speak. But we got some real killers at point guard, some guys that can really put it in the hole. Where's your defense for that position going forward? So yeah, I don't look at them as a championship contender again this season. They'll be nice in the playoffs and they'll go. I think they can get to the second round, but I'm off them as far as being a threat to my Celtics.
Okay. All right, people, we're going to take a quick break. Trash talking with the old heads. We'll be right back.